Imagine waking up to a glowing notification above your head. Quest available, brush your teeth, XP 50. Cleanliness skill, +2. Breakfast. A side quest, your commute, a daily mission. Your job isn't just work, it's a chain of epic quests leading to skill unlocks, gear upgrades, and global rankings. This isn't fantasy. This is your everyday life, transformed into a giant, real-world, massively multiplayer online game. In this world, reality itself has become gamified. Everything you do earns experience points. Every skill you master boosts your character level. Every friend you make forms part of your guild. From careers to relationships, politics to education, society is driven not by money or status, but by levels, loot, and leaderboard positions. Today, we explore a planet reshaped by progression bars, quest notifications, and skill trees. A world where your worth is measured by your stats. Where success and failure flash on your screen in real time. Where humanity has become players in the ultimate global RPG. What would your life be like if every moment was part of an ongoing quest for experience, achievements, and advancement? And more importantly, would it bring out the best in you or trap you in an endless grind? It started as entertainment, but quickly became a way of life. Because once reality was gamified, there was no going back. At first, it was just a popular app, an augmented reality overlay that turned mundane tasks into quests. Millions downloaded it, enchanted by the simple thrill of seeing progress bars fill up as they completed chores or errands. But the idea spread like wildfire, embedding itself into society's core. Governments endorsed it to boost productivity. Corporations adopted it to motivate employees. Soon, it wasn't optional, it became essential. Every aspect of life was transformed into gameplay. Brushing your teeth or making your bed granted tiny experience points XP, nudging you toward your next level up. Exercise wasn't just healthy, it earned stamina bonuses and strength points. Reading books boosted your intelligence stats. Cooking meals advanced your culinary skill tree, unlocking new recipes and bonuses. And skills weren't limited to hobbies or daily routines. Professionally, you specialized in classes, careers, and roles with clearly defined progression. A level 10 apprentice electrician completed daily work orders as quests. Level 50 master surgeons undertook complex operations as boss fights. Each completed task increased skill ratings, boosted reputation, and awarded rare, valuable gear. Leaderboards appeared everywhere, tracking individuals' rankings in every possible category: fitness, charisma, creativity, even pet care and cleanliness. People competed globally, obsessively comparing stats and sharing achievements. Celebrities were no longer movie stars or musicians. They were the world's highest ranked chefs, parenting experts, or gardeners. Everything from going on dates to attending meetings became part of your ongoing character progression. Personal growth was no longer vague or subjective. It was clearly measured and constantly displayed. Yet, beneath the excitement, new questions arose. What happens when real-life tasks become an endless pursuit of points? Can we still enjoy life without digital validation? Because once life became a game, the rules of reality changed completely. And as points and levels replaced money and prestige, a brand new economy emerged. With the gamification of daily life, traditional money soon lost its dominance. Instead, rewards, points, and experience became the true currency of society. Every completed task, from fixing a leaky faucet to writing software, was now a quest. Each assigned specific rewards, XP, and skill points. Quickly, a vibrant marketplace emerged, quest exchanges, where tasks were openly traded. Didn't have time to mow your lawn? K posted as a quest, offering XP skill bonuses or rare items in exchange. Looking for a high-level chef for an event? Offer a quest with unique perks, reputation points, or limited edition loot. Jobs were no longer just employment, they were quest chains. Workers chose projects, not by salary, but by the quality and rarity of rewards offered. Companies competed fiercely to offer desirable quests, filling employee rosters by promising higher XP, valuable equipment, and exclusive character titles. Specialization surged. Individuals didn't just have careers, they had classes and skill trees. Someone might be a level 70 artisan baker, renowned for their rare pastry skills, or a level 90 automotive engineer, famous for their legendary upgrades. Skills defined identity and status far more clearly than degrees or job titles ever had. Society became stratified based on player rank. The most successful were those who accumulated rare skills, valuable gear, and high XP. These elite players enjoyed special privileges, priority quest access, high-level guild invitations, and exclusive zones within cities. But with opportunity came competition and pressure. Quests weren't just tasks. They were opportunities to rise or fall in global rankings. Missing a deadline or failing a task wasn't just embarrassing. It meant losing XP, damaging reputation, or receiving painful temporary debuffs like fatigue or loss of motivation. In this new economy, the lines blurred between work, leisure, and survival. And people began asking a critical question. Were they playing the game, or was the game playing them? But this quest-driven world didn't just transform jobs and money. It reshaped friendships, families, and communities, turning them into guilds with quests of their own. Friendships were no longer just casual bonds. They were strategic alliances. In this world, communities naturally organized into guilds, with family, friends, neighbors, and co-workers teaming up to tackle quests together. Whether cleaning up the neighborhood park, organizing a citywide event, or completing large-scale corporate projects, tasks were often cooperative, offering bonus XP and rare loot for group completion. Guilds became essential. Joining a strong guild granted perks like XP multipliers, resource sharing, and exclusive high-level quests. Friend groups transformed into specialized teams: the Neighborhood Gardeners, the Downtown Fitness Squad, or the Tech Innovators Guild. Each guild had its own reputation, skill specializations, and internal hierarchy. Families bonded differently too. Dinner was a nightly quest, awarding family-wide XP bonuses and relationship boosts. Vacations were organized as epic guild raids, offering rare rewards for exploring new regions or completing challenging tasks. Even parenting became gamified. Children earned responsibility points, parents gained skills in leadership and mentorship, and everyone progressed together. But with cooperation came competition. Guilds competed fiercely, not just locally, but globally, for recognition, rare items, and special privileges. Leaderboards displayed guild rankings prominently, with the highest-rated groups receiving access to elite resources and zones, while lower-ranking guilds struggled for visibility and survival. This system changed the nature of friendships and community ties. Relationships became transactional, built on skill, compatibility, and the mutual pursuit of XP. Trust and loyalty were important, but efficiency and quest completion mattered most. And within guilds, roles became clearly defined. Leaders planned and assigned quests. Strategists optimized guild performance. Support players specialized in boosting morale, healing burnout, or resolving conflicts. Social status was no longer about wealth or appearance, but about guild power, player level, and global ranking. Yet, beneath the surface, people began wondering if genuine human connection was being overshadowed by this endless pursuit of progression. Because in a world ruled by guilds and quests, were friendships truly meaningful? Or had they become just another strategic tool? And while communities navigated this new reality, the human mind itself began to change. Because constant progress and rewards don't just motivate, they transform who we are. When life became a game, something unexpected happened. People got hooked. It started innocently enough, the thrill of leveling up, the pride in achieving new skills, the constant buzz of rewards. But soon, it became clear that human psychology wasn't fully prepared for a life governed entirely by progression bars and points. At first, motivation surged. Productivity increased, people felt more fulfilled, and life seemed purposeful. The clear, achievable goals of quests gave meaning to even mundane tasks, making daily routines deeply satisfying. But then came the addiction. Leveling up released dopamine hits, training brains to crave constant validation. Tasks done for their own sake lost value. Everything had to be measured, rewarded, and tracked. People became obsessive, unable to rest until daily quests were completed, unable to relax unless they saw their skill bars climbing. Stress and burnout skyrocketed. Missing quests or falling behind peers triggered anxiety. High-ranking individuals lived in constant fear of dropping on leaderboards, losing their prestige, or being overtaken by rivals. Comparison was relentless. Global rankings meant you knew exactly how you measured up against others at all times. People constantly refreshed leaderboards, obsessively checked their own stats, and desperately chased higher rankings, even at the cost of personal health, relationships, or happiness. Mental health struggles intensified. Depression, anxiety, and exhaustion became commonplace as people felt trapped in an endless cycle of progress, achievement, and never-ending competition. But the changes weren't all negative. Some found genuine satisfaction in clearly defined goals and tangible progress. Many discovered talents and passions through skill trees they'd never explored before. People who struggled with traditional motivation flourished in this structured, gamified world. Yet a troubling question lingered. Had the game become a tool to enhance life, or had life become a slave to the game? Because when your worth is defined by your XP and rank, what happens when you stop leveling up? And as society wrestled with these internal battles, the very idea of law, justice, and order evolved, shaped by game mechanics, quests, and a relentless drive for fairness and balance. In a world where life was gamified, crime wasn't simply illegal, it was considered cheating. Breaking rules meant exploiting the system, sabotaging quests, or unfairly gaining rewards. Theft wasn't just theft, it was loot hacking. Fraud wasn't merely deception, it was quest manipulation. Even minor offenses like littering or vandalism became community debuffs, negatively impacting the whole area's XP gains. Justice evolved accordingly. Instead of police, there were game moderators, highly trained players, or AI-driven systems tasked with maintaining fairness. Infractions resulted in direct game. Like penalties, minor offenses led to temporary XP penalties or debuffs reducing skills. Serious crimes incurred permanent skill reductions or reputation damage. Major violations triggered bans, temporary or permanent suspensions from key parts of society. Known as real-life jail bans. Citizens could report suspicious activities instantly, and AI systems rapidly assessed these reports, applying penalties in real time. Yet the system wasn't foolproof. Cheaters emerged, exploiting loopholes or bugs in the quest economy. Underground markets sold hacked XP boosts, counterfeit gear, and falsified quest completions. This triggered an arms race between moderators and cheaters. Antique cheat systems became sophisticated, monitoring behaviors for irregularities or suspicious rapid progress. Ban waves periodically swept through society, removing thousands of offenders from leaderboards, deleting accumulated gear, and resetting entire guild reputations. However, debates about fairness erupted. Innocent players occasionally faced false accusations, their reputations and skills damaged overnight. The legal system struggled to differentiate deliberate cheating from genuine skill or lucky progress. And yet, overall crime rates dropped sharply. The game-based society valued fairness so deeply that cheating became not just socially unacceptable, it was morally offensive. But beneath the seemingly fair surface, a darker question remained. Who controlled the rules? Who decided what was fair? Because when your entire society is a game, justice can feel uncomfortably close to manipulation. And this concept of fairness didn't stop at law enforcement. It seeped into education, careers, and even politics, transforming them into structured, predictable quests. In this gamified world, schools weren't institutions. They were training zones. Education became a series of structured quests, skill unlocks, and boss battles' final exams. Math wasn't just a subject. It was a numeracy skill tree. History classes boosted your knowledge rank. Physical education awarded points directly into your stamina and agility stats. Students no longer received grades. They earned XP, achievements, and badges. Finishing homework granted quest completion rewards. Participating in class discussions unlocked charisma boosts. Even discipline was reimagined as behavior debuffs. Temporary skill penalties designed to quickly correct disruptive behavior. Teachers transformed into skill trainers or quest givers, guiding students through progression paths, recommending quests based on talents, and ensuring balanced character development. Each child's education was uniquely tailored to their individual strengths, weaknesses, and ambitions. Career paths became explicitly mapped skill trees. Upon graduation, students selected a professional class specialization, such as healthcare, engineering, creative arts, or logistics. Internships were tutorial quests, entry. Level jobs became novice levels, and promotions were literal level ups. The job market changed radically. Employers advertised not salaries, but XP bonuses, reputation points, and rare gear. Job interviews tested your skill levels and reviewed your completed quest history. Even retirements became legendary status, granting prestigious lifetime achievements and exclusive global recognition. New career opportunities emerged. Quest designers created engaging tasks and meaningful progression for companies and communities. Achievement strategists specialized in maximizing efficiency and productivity, optimizing daily tasks into high-reward quests. Professional skill coaches offered personalized training, helping clients navigate complex career trees and level quickly. But there was a cost. Childhoods became focused entirely on progression. Careers felt predetermined by early quest choices. Life risked feeling linear, overly structured, like following a guidebook rather than exploring your own path. And people began to question whether they were truly learning or just leveling up. Because when education and careers become quests, is personal growth still personal or just another step on the ladder? Yet beyond education and careers, even politics and governance became subject to game logic, turning leadership itself into a high-stakes competition. In a world fully transformed into a massive multiplayer game, politics weren't about ideology. They were about strategy, scores, and global rankings. Leadership became competitive gameplay. Politicians and leaders weren't simply elected, they leveled up, gaining reputation points through successful public quests, community events, and policy initiatives. Elections transformed into periodic leader raids, events where the community collectively chose their highest equipped candidates. Policies and governance became game updates. Laws were seen as balance patches, improvements or nerfs designed to enhance fairness, efficiency, and social harmony. Public services were delivered through structured quests, each with measurable rewards and clear objectives. Citizens didn't just vote. They gave direct feedback through approval scores and participation ratings. If public support dropped too low, leaders faced severe debuffs or were even removed from office through community kick votes. Political campaigns operated like competitive gaming guilds, teams of strategists, skill specialists, and charismatic communicators working together to secure XP, reputation boosts, and voter loyalty. Debates turned into high-profile PvP battles, public arguments of skills and achievements rather than just rhetoric. Even global diplomacy became a multiplayer game. Alliances were strategic guild mergers. Trade agreements were cooperative quests, and geopolitical conflicts played out through carefully moderated competitions, sanctions as debuffs, or diplomatic missions as quest chains. Yet the system had its flaws. Politicians focused heavily on popular quests, short-term, high XP projects that boosted rankings quickly. Complex, long-term issues often took a back seat because they offered fewer immediate rewards. Corruption evolved too. Cheating scandals rocked the political world. Leaders caught exploiting loopholes or manipulating XP and reputation scores faced immediate bans, losing their positions and status overnight. And people began to question whether governance as gameplay truly represented democratic ideals, or if it just created a new elite class, the highest-level players ruling through popularity rather than principles. Because when leadership becomes a competition for XP, is it still public service or just another leaderboard to climb? Life transformed into an MMORPG. Every moment became a quest. Every action awarded XP. Every achievement displayed proudly on global leaderboards. We thought gamifying reality would make life easier. Clearer goals, constant motivation, meaningful rewards. And in many ways, it did. People became more productive. Societies became highly structured and deeply cooperative. Progress felt tangible, real, and endlessly exciting. But at what cost? Relationships became strategic. Careers felt scripted. Mental health strained under the constant pressure to level up. Politics became a popularity game, education a series of predefined quests, and justice a battle against system exploiters. In a world driven entirely by XP ranks and progression bars, humanity faced a critical choice. Was life meant to be won, or was it meant to be lived? So, now it's your turn to decide. Would you thrive in a world turned into a game? Or would it trap you in an endless cycle of grinding for the next level? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this scenario, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. Because sometimes the greatest achievements aren't measured in points, but in the experiences we choose to pursue.